Clem just too fast. Yeah, what's important to take note of is when it came to those engages in the center of the map, if you remember, Clem, he was dropping at the same time. Remember, Clem, he was dropping towards the top side. That's when he got the mineral line. That's when he got the base as well. He was pulling apart the attention of Solar, which I'm sure did help assist when it comes to how brutal the mine shots were. But regardless, we're getting into our next game state. We're getting into our grand finals here. It's going to be a best of 5 between our Terran and Protoss. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the French Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss from South Korea. It is Zoun. Here we go. But yeah, Clem, he has the best TVZ in the world, 100%. Better than Maru, better than Beyond, better than Cure, better than any other player out there. So it is going to be an uphill battle for any Zerg player to go up against Clem. Even, some of the other best Zergs out there, like your Serals and your Raynors. Not easy, not easy. Regardless, GG will play. Shout out to both Solar as well as Geralt to make it to the semifinals. They've both fallen since then. And now we're down to our top 2. Down to Zoun and Clem. And I'm ready. I'm excited again. We have seen Zoun take Clem to task. We have seen him forced to bleed and even has lost matches against Zoun in the past as well. But as I mentioned before, it's been, a month. It's been a month since then, maybe over a month at this point, as we're nearing the end of January. Where did January go? I feel like we just had Christmas and now it's already coming into February. Ay. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But alas, it is now more than a month later, and I'm ready for the rematch. For now, economic opener, single gas, ranks expand out of Clem. It is going to be an economic start. Likewise, Zoun going for his own Gates Hyper expand as well. Standard opener out of Zoun, economic opener out of Clem. Welcome one and all to El Dorado. As a reminder, El Dorado is the starting map of the grand finals, and then it's loser's pick from here on forward. El Dorado is going to be an interesting one here just because of the layout of the map. We can have these more secure locations, can be a little bit more awkward to try to harass from top to bottom, depending on where we expand and where our players take this. We saw something similar earlier, if you recall, when we were casting Hero versus Clem, where Hero, he was able to kind of, in a way, simplify the game state by avoiding or by kind of forcing these main head-on fights. There aren't really too many different attack paths here on El Dorado either. It was very, very one note. Despite that, here he took some really rough fights and things very quickly snowballed out of control in favor of Clem. But I can definitely see a player like Zoun trying to take advantage of that. Take advantage of just taking away some of the mobility or some of the counterattack potential of Clem. For now, though, we're settling in. You have the Reaper diving into the mineral line and gets a probe. And is looking for the tech, and we'll find it. It's going to be a Twilight Council here, and Clem is fully aware of the blink-based opener. Let's go. Let us go. Only Raynor can keep up with his style. I agree. I want to say that Raynor probably has the best ZVT specifically versus Clem. I think Raynor, his Zerg versus Clem, if you will, is better than Serral's. I think it's better than Serral's. I think it's better than anyone else's in the world. Despite that, Clem is still favored against Raynor, but Raynor, he's had some very entertaining series against Clem. If you haven't seen it yourself, I do recommend checking out Raynor's matches, whether it's at Star Zagora, whether it's at WTL in World Team League. Again, did have some very, very good showings against Clem. And part of that is a stylistic thing as well. Raynor, he's a very different stylistic player compared to Serral and compared to a lot of the other Zerg players. I think Clem has talked about it in interviews as well regarding that, regarding how Raynor's is typically a lot more aggressive, a lot more chaotic in ZVT. So it makes for some great games. Kind of like just yeah. I mean, again, like if someone's saying that that isn't the case, then they just need to watch some more StarCraft. Watch more StarCraft. I recommend the VODs. Check out the YouTube. There's a lot of really good matches between Raynor and Clem. youtube.com/Cranky Ducklings. Check him out. Hashtag not sponsored. As Zoun does catch out the Raven, even. Yo, it's been a long cast. we made it to the finals. We're 7 hours in. We made it. We made it. But a very nice catch on the Liberator. Sorry, God, I keep saying Lib. On the Raven. Raven does no damage whatsoever. My mind is still in the last ZVT, seeing all the freedom zones. It's still there. But the Raven does fall. Behind this, Clem is going to be contained here on 2 bases. And how many gates did we get up to? Just 2. Okay, 2-gate blink into a 3rd base. A very economic build here by Zoun. Behind this, building up, of course, taking up into Charge, into the Bay, into the Colossus. For now, just maintaining map control with a handful of Stalkers and hoping to contain Clem with the bare minimum. As we can see, 3rd CC. So Clem is not going for a 3-base all-in. He's rushing to a 3rd base a little bit faster. The Observer, I believe, did confirm and is aware. So this really is a signal to Zoun that he can be greedy. He's like, okay, you're rushing into a 3rd base. I can cut corners. I can throw down tech. I can throw down more production. I can get a forge. I can get upgrades. Zoun is under no real threat. Meanwhile, here comes the drop play. And this Observer I should say the second Observer does spot the move out. So Zoun knows, now it's time to warp in. Now it's time to warp in. As Zoun should have noticed with that Observer. Yep, he's repositioning. Is repositioning, warping in Stalkers. Just needs enough to zone away the drop. As we have a double drop here towards the main. Zoun is ready. And Clem does head in. Ooh, force him away. Oh! Medivacs, they do survive, they do escape. Ooh, and Zoun holds. Despite that, here comes the main army. Clem doesn't quite commit though. And the Observer confirms. The Observer confirms the placement of the army. And this is a wild one here. Zoun, it takes his 3rd base, which is fine, but his 4th base is going to be the gold. Ooh, okay, going to be a little bit awkward to defend. Bold move here out of Zoun. We'll see if we can hold on to it. He's taking a risk, taking a chance. Behind this, Zoun a double forge. Once again, a little bit of greed here, but Zoun has confirmed that, of course, his opponent is expanding. So he can get away with throwing down extra forges, extra gases, 4th base. The pressure is now on Clem to try to punish this expansion. We'll see if he can. Colossus has arrived. And here comes Clem. Going for a Dream Drop, headed over towards the other side of the wall, which will make it more awkward for Zoun to engage. Zoun spots the army. And how does Zoun push in? I don't think he can. Yeah, Zoun is denied mining from the gold. And this is why it was a bold move for Zoun to attempt to take this expansion. And I mean, how does he fight this? He doesn't. Yeah, he expands. Takes that back up 4th base. No mining whatsoever. Zoun going for a Zealot round by there. Widowman's back at home. They will shut this down. Oh, but I'm getting a little bit greedy. Just a little bit. I think the best that Zoun can hope for is to counterattack and force Clem back home. But the problem is, if we see a counterattack, I think Clem, he could just Doom Drop into the main, which Zoun is ready for, to be fair. He's ready for the drop. But Zoun, he can't collapse on this army just because, I mean, there's just no way for his ground army to really gain access to this. He can blink over the wall, that is true, but that's all he really can do. So here come the Zealots. Back at home, there's potential to get damage done here at the 3rd, but there's a bunker in position as well. And yeah, Zoun is just in a really awkward position. He's like, you know what? I usually just veto El Dorado. I just wanted to try things out. And now I know why I veto El Dorado. Wicked. Clem pulls away, distracted by the Zealots. Yeah, he's a little bit concerned about a counterattack, so he does reinforce back at home. He only needs enough to just maintain this position. And Zoun takes another base. But again, this is a very late fourth. Zoun double expanding, getting a fourth and a fifth. Both armies are maxed out. Zoun embracing disruptors. How many? He's got 3 so far. Three disruptors. Soon to be 4. He'll also take the mine shots to the face. Again, there's that bunker in position. And Clem defends. Clem, he defends back at home. Yeah, the Nexus is going to fall. Oh, nice force field though. Very nice. Catching out some of the bio. Nexus goes down. From here, Clem, he can back up, he can reinforce and start focusing on the main bases on the top side. Dark Shrine on the way. How many robos do we have? We have 2. Okay, so 2 robos so far. From Zoun. Make 2 disruptors at a time. He's got 4. And these Novas, they have to count. First Nova zones. There's 3 left. Nice spread. Up! He commits! Disruptor goes down. No major connections. There's 1 Nova left. And Clem just commits. Massive EMP. EMP goes off. Clem just bullying back the army. Takes down the low ground expansion. Takes down both Colossus. And Zoun is in trouble. He's in trouble here. He just can't really push in. We'll lose the base. So Rumba's coming in from behind. Does force boys to be pulled. And the tank is at least going to fall. Widowmines as well. Catching out the ghost. Oh god, the mine shots are brutal though. Jesus. Widowmines, they punish the zealots. Back at home, Clemmy defends. Does hold. Zoun taking the center expansion. I mean, the way that Zoun's been expanding is crazy. Very ambitious. Clemmy scans, looking for the base. And he hasn't scouted this yet. Widowmines get left behind. And Clem, does he check? He does. Oh. Ooh, not quite. Okay. Doesn't check the expansion. Decent Novas. But Disruptor goes down. Still trades out the Disruptor. As Clem, he's not aware of the center expansion, it's going to finish. And can Zoun get this base up and running? I feel like, not gonna lie, I feel like this base should be like a gold. I don't know. Like it's it feels very exposed. Oh. As we have DTs being sent out. Back at home, there are turrets, there are bunkers as well. Yeah, plenty to defend. Dark Templar don't get much. Zoun, he rotates. Does rotate, Nova goes up. Massive connection! That's what we're looking for. Nova goes off, does connect, takes down the ghost. And Zoun has momentum. Momentum is on his side. Built up his Colossus. Vikings not quite in position. Nice swipes, Vikings now they're coming to reinforce. Good position here with those Stalkers. These connections once again getting more ghosts. More ghosts going down. Zoun being forced back. And with those Novas, he does buy more time. Zelsa collapse on the army. Jesus. Don't scare me like that, Zoun. Almost friendly fire. Next target fight, we can get a back and forth trade. Zoun does lose all his Colossi, but he does maintain some Disruptors. Does keep 3 alive. Still has a Disruptor army. He maintains the base itself. It's getting saturated. Getting another ghost. And another. 2 ghosts going down. Down to 3. That's another Disruptor. Again, trading back and forth. Clem going for the gold. As both armies are burning through their gases. Burning through the banks. Have been trading. Did a miss movement there from Zoun. Did move too far forward. Does switch back to Colossus. And the Disruptor barely does survive, but the Viking Hand is still insane. Yeah, the Colossus, they go down one after the other. Now is not the time for Colossus. Oof. And Zoun plummets in supply. I'm sure he was hoping that maybe he had thinned out the Viking Hand enough. Alas, that wasn't the case. And Clem is pushing through. He breaks through, takes on every Disruptor, every Colossus. Did have some back and forth trades, but Zoun, he's up against it. Now moving out with his double drop. Liberators, they have arrived. We have Liberation, no Fusion Core yet. Nice spread here against those Novas. Zoun does get a CC. Base does fall. Clem being active, moving out. Zoun still being just very gateway heavy. And he needs to trade. Takes down a lid, gets one. Gets the Liberator, going for the Planetary. Oof, bit of friendly fire. And Clem, he holds. He holds at the same time. Double drop into the main. There are plenty of Warp-ins though. Oof, oh my god. Clem, he wasn't looking. Massive Nova. I mean, we weren't looking either. Massive Nova goes off. Down. Back up to 5. Back up to 5 Disruptors. Oh, catching out the Metamax. Gets a full Metamax as well. Gets some myth-farthing there from Clem. Clem getting ready for a flank. Really difficult to push in. I mean, Hero found the same issue, if you recall. He just pushed in and got flanked. Nice rotation. Hitting a couple of Vikings. As the Viking count goes low, we can go back into Colossus. As I'll say, crash in. They shut down the Vikings. The Liberators are a little bit late to siege. There's one Liberator left. But last, Clem, he holds. Does hold, does force back the Protoss. Oh. And the final lid. Final Liberator goes down. How many Vikings left? Down to 3. Now we could go back into Colossus. It's possible. Now sticking with those Disruptors. Still popping off. Zoun now going for the gold. We're getting back into it. Novas, they won't quite connect. Once again, good target firing here by Clem. Does focus down 2 of those Disruptors. Novas don't go off. Nice EMP here on the Zealots. Again, Zoun being very Zealot heavy here with how he's reinforcing. Basically, Zoun is hoping to like conserve or preserve his Stalkers, just reinforcing with purely Zealots and Disruptors. It's a very cheap army. Does dive in. Going for the Planetary. This time he should get it. Planetary goes down. Now he has to get the hell out of here. Here comes the surround. Clem from behind. Does he have enough? Takes down all the Zealots. Yeah, he does. Yeah, that was not worth it here for Zoun. Sure, he got the Planetary, but he's gonna lose everything here. He got baited, Fappy. Ay, ay, ay. Went too far in. Everything's gonna fall. Final Disruptor goes down, and Clem, he's done it. He has broken through. Again, up until that point, it was very close, very back and forth. But Zoun, he got tempted by the base. As he went in, just full surround. Just full surround, just collapsed in from behind. And with that, Zoun, he's going to lose everything. He's going to try to buy some time and drag the army back home. But it's going to take so long to rebuild that. And now Clem can push towards the bases. Push towards the next side. We'll see some Disruptors coming in to reinforce, but again, it's just an overwhelming Terran army. Oh! The Novas, they never connect! They never connect! GG gets called, and Clem, he takes game number 1. GG. Whew, oh my god. GG, well played. Clem does take a lead in the series, And as a reminder, best of 5. As a reminder, this is a best of 5. Plenty more games coming up ahead of us, plenty more games to come. And again, shout out to Zoun. He was able to maintain himself. It was risky to go for the goal base initially, and it wasn't really worth it in the end. Likewise, Zoun did get away with the center location, the center base, which was exciting. It did allow him to maintain himself, to have kind of like a staging ground to push in. We were able to trade back and forth. But again, we saw everything just swing heavily in favor of Clem when Zoun went for the planetary. When he committed for the planetary, he blinked in. It cost him everything. He spent so much to bring it down, and in the end, it was not worth it. GG, well played. Clem takes the lead, and now we're jumping into game number 2. As a reminder, it is Zoun's map of choice. Loading into Frostline. Let's go. Let us go. Here we go. As spawning in the top right-hand corner, of Frostline, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. It is Zoun. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player, the blue Terran, representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Here we go. Oh, his zoners, is he a clown? Oh no. Oh no. His zoners, is he adding himself as someone that doesn't watch StarCraft? What's happening in the chat? Ay ay ay. We go. Yeah, we're settling in. Oh, hello, Zoun. So here we go. We are going to be going for a proxy across the map. Interesting. I mean, of course, Frostline is a larger map in the map pool. It is a larger map. And with that is going to be setting up here with a proxy. I'm assuming Star... Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Could go for a Twilight Council as well, technically. Show us what you got. Show us what you got. But yeah, for some reason, there's someone in the chat trying to make an argument that there were other Zerg players that had better performances against Clem. That just, yeah, I would disagree with that if you've been watching, especially the second half of the year, for sure. For sure. I think even Clem would say that as well. But it just sounds like you don't watch StarCraft, so it's fine. It's fine. As it is the proxy Stargate. With this proxy Stargate, it should just be an oracle towards the main. And we'll see what he can get done. This oracle is being chronoed as we speak. So far, so good. So that is going to be shut down. Likewise, behind this, Zoun going to be making his way into the main base. Clem, he has yet to really scout anything across the map. I mean, to be fair, it is not uncommon to avoid that, as we are going to be gearing up towards Reactor Reaper Hellion. Reaper's Hellion's moving out across the map, and they can do a lot of damage across the map as well, as there isn't really much at home to defend. That is going to be called out. And we'll see if Zoun can make up for that, as does make his way into the mineral line, catching out some SCVs. The workers are going to be falling. Nothing here shoots up, by the way. Marines, they rotate from the natural. SCVs are falling at the same time. What is at home to defend? The shield battery's not ready. Oh boy, how many probes are going to be falling? Oh god, they're lighting up. No, they light up. The Hellion shots. The Hellion shots are brutal. 4 probes so far. Okay, the shield battery is done. Thankfully, 5 and 5. And we hold. We do hold on. 5 workers go down for both players. A second oracle's on the way. This time there is a Cyclone. This time Clem holds. Clem, he defends his main. Does defend, does force Zoun back. And like goes from here, Zoun, he survives as well. Okay, we trade evenly. Gonna be 5 probes and 5 SCVs. Thankfully, Zoun also kept the oracles alive. If they went down, I mean, it would have set a dire situation here for the Protoss. But does keep them up and running, and as a result, can hunt down the aggression, can hunt down the Reapers and the Hellions. And now we can calm down and settle into a longer game state. We can take our naturals, we can settle in. From here, Zoun behind this going to be rushing into charge. Not blink. Interesting. Oh, no, never mind. Does cancel charge. Going back to blink. Going for a much more standard follow-up to gain map control. And now we can welcome one and all to Frostline. Frostline is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Is a much larger map. And with that, Clem is going to be rallying across despite that. Bearing in mind he has no stim. He has no combat shields. But he has support here for his Cyclones. And that's his goal. Remember, because the initial proxy starport, that means there's less to defend back at home. Blink is delayed. Stalkers as well. Zoun is relying here on those oracles. No shield battery. Clem coming in to punish. So far, kiting well. First oracle goes down, second one as well, and it looks like he breaks through. He just shuts down the oracles. The punish is real. GG gets called, and Clem takes a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Oh my god, again, so quick to punish. Again, because of the proxy, there were no reinforcements, blink was delayed, no shield battery either. There was nothing at home to keep up with that push. Clem takes a 2-0 lead here, and I'm hoping for an extended series. I'm hoping for a game 4, I'm hoping for a game 5, but the pressure is now on Zoun as we load into Abyssal Reef. Oh boy. Abyssal Reef is going to be coming up next. Unfortunately, likewise, when it comes to that defense out of Zoun, he didn't actually spot the move out. Otherwise, ideally, we would have seen a little bit more out of those oracles. I'm referring to stasis traps. I'm referring to, obviously, a shield battery as well. Alas, Zoun was caught with his pants down. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Clem only needs one more game here to advance on and to be our champion this week. I mean, he's the favorite player, but I'm still hoping for an extended series. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss from South Korea down in the series at 0-2. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is Zoun. Here we go. Again, once again, it's going to be Zoun's map of choice. Once again, a larger map in the map pool. Last game, we saw the attempted proxy here from Zoun with the proxy oracle. Did fall on its face, was punished very well and very hard by Clem. This time, I'm assuming we're going to be opening up in more standard fashion, but hello, Clem. What's the plan? What's going on? Does send on an SCV, is going to be rallying in, going for an eBay block at the natural. Oh boy, he will avoid the main probe scout, so Zoun is going to be unaware, and Clem, he's hoping to force a more awkward expansion here and a more awkward setup out of his opponent, out of Zoun. Oh boy. As here comes that eBay. eBay is on the way. And with that, Zoun, he's going to have to either pull the boys to try to focus us down or, again, force to expand at the third location. And Clem, he's already there. He's already in position. Zoun forced to take the low ground expansion as a result. A very exposed base. A very abusable location here. You can harass it from the high ground, of course. You can push into from the low ground as well. There is no high ground advantage. A very exposed location. And Clem should be feeling pretty good about this. As he comes in, he scouts, he confirms the location of the natural. Oh boy. And we'll see how he does approach this. Now, back in the day, of course, at the start of the year, we did see a lot of Terran players embrace reacted Cyclone as a response. That was back before the change. Now tech labs are required, so there shouldn't really be a way for him to all in just end the game here and now, but he can embrace reacted Hellion production to get some economic damage instead, to try to poke between the natural and the main base and try to tear Zoun apart. Oh boy. Here we go. So now he is going to be sticking with the reactor on the Marines, so just reactoring out Marines instead. No early factory-based production, not yet. No no Hellions, I mean. Getting to his 1-1-1 and expanding on the high ground, a very safe location here for Clem. Playing out safe. Tech Lab is done. When it comes to the tech of choice, it's going to be a Twilight Council opener out of Zoun. I believe Clem is unaware. I believe Clem, yeah, he did not scout the main. Doesn't know what tech is coming his way. And now we can settle it. And we'll see if Clem is able to abuse this. For those that are curious, because there was so much progression on the eBay, at times it's a hard call to make. Some players will just delay their own economy and pull some boys and try to focus on the eBay if they scatter in time. If not, they just have to expand elsewhere. Well, what can you do, Pappy? What can you do? Clem will take his natural. Behind this building up towards drop play, medevac is in production, Cyclone has arrived. With the arrival of the medevac, this tells us, this confirms, Clem is pushing. Clem is going to be pushing real fast, real quick, is moving out across the map. And I'm going to be concerned here for him. For Zoun, I mean. Aye. Army has arrived. Shield battery is done. Thankfully, we have the Guardian Shield. Zoun so far, he's ready. He's holding. Now, the added benefit here for Clem, especially with this kind of army composition, he can try to rotate, try to pivot around, and instead of pushing in towards his expansion, try to hit the main. For now, they're securing himself, waiting for his tank. Tank is on the way. Reinforcing with more Cyclones. A head-on fight like this, I believe Zoun should be able to hold. In the army, does focus down the sentry. Sentry goes down, shield battery out of energy, Stalker's gonna be falling as well. Blink is not yet done, 5 seconds away. And he's holding on. Yeah, it does focus down both Cyclones. And Zoun defends. Zoun does hold, does defend. Can chase this down, of course. Going for the medevac, the Viking, everything. Target firing at a Clem, does focus down most of those Stalkers. But Zoun breaks out. Does break out. Likewise, Zoun diving on the tanks. We'll get one. A bit of an ambitious dive here as he's going to lose everything. Not quite worth it here. Zoun was not expecting a second tank to already be up and running. And with that, a rough dive here for the Protoss. Bleeding out 4 Stalkers for a tank. Aye. Behind this, getting a third base. Now, on the one hand, I mean, without that tank, it does mean that Clem's move out is going to be delayed. True. He's going to be stuck at home a little bit longer here. But still a rough trade for Zoun, as he's now establishing his third. And behind this, Clem should soon be working on his own third TC. But now he's on a 3-1-1 setup. There it is, third TC is on the way. TC is going to be on the way here, building up more Vaxes, and just going to be settling in. And now we can actually embrace a bit of a longer game state. I mean, we did have a longer back and forth on El Dorado, if you recall, but it was also a lot more aggressive, especially with how Zoun was approaching it. Here, especially because of the features of Abyssal Reef, we should be seeing a very different kind of dynamic here between Clem and Zoun, as it is typically a lot more difficult to push into either the third, the fourth, or the fifth. Here we go. Zoun moves out. They do come across each other, the medevac and the medic, and the Warp Prism. Do scout each other. Zoun heads straight for the mineral line. There are some reinforcements, not too many. As Clem does turn everything back around, hoping to catch out the Warp Prism. Will escape though. Will get away. Clem is going to be forced back. We just see Zoun trying to catch him out. Sorry, a little bit distracted. It's all good. Does push in. So far, Clem is able to keep up. The tank is in a good position. Does dive on top of the tank, though. First tank is going to be going down. With that, Clem, he's going to get caught out here. The Zealots, they trade well. Very nice force field. Yeah, looks down the army. Zealots, they are barely running out, though. And with the death of the Zealots, Clem, he can hold. Clem, he can try to force us back. Reinforcements are going to be a little bit delayed. Barely holding on. 9 SCVs going down. Ones have arrived. No bunker, no other defensive setup here. Clem is up against the wall. Zoun, can he commit? Behind this, Zoun is expanding, taking more bases. Getting his fourth. Warping in 6 Zealots at a time. He's warping in. Going for the medevac. Does focus it down, and Clem, he's being overwhelmed. Just barely. Yeah, just barely getting caught out. Does it come back to that tank? The first tank going down earlier as Clem is being broken. Zealots, they bust into the mineral line. SCV is going to be going down as well, but here come the Marauders. And Zoun, he's running out of steam. I say that here comes another warp in. Zoun barely forcing Clem back. It does force him back. Nice force field. GG gets called as Zoun. He barely breaks through, and Zoun catches him out and does fight back. We have a series. Let's go. Let us go. Again, I do apologize. I was otherwise distracted, so I do apologize for that. But we can now focus on our match, focus on our finals here. Again, Zoun, he did throw down, what was it, 6 gates? I want to say 6 gates here. And despite losing Stalkers early on, just mass Zealot. He was able to catch Clem out. No bunkers, no defensive setup here at the 3rd base. No Sim City. Whew, with that, did catch him off guard. GG. GG, well played. We have a back and forth here. And now we can indulge in Ultra Love. It is going to be Clem's map of choice. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have our French Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid. Still 1 game away from taking the series, but no longer has momentum. It is Zoun. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss. It is, oh sorry, Clem, what I meant to say. It is Zoun. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to sleep today. I'm concerned. Oh no. So we're going to be casting later on tonight in around 5 hours. No. Jesus. In 4 hours time. And yeah. It's going to be a tough one, let me tell you. Oh no. We're fine. We've reached the 8-hour mark. Keep going. We'll be fine. Of course, Little League Cup continues tonight. It's going to be the playoffs. We're going to be featuring some of these players as well at the Little League Cup. This is a teaser to that. And this time we do see that Clem, he won't be going for the eBay block across the map. We'll be chilling back at home and going for something more standard here. Ooh, and again, Zoun showing us that if he does smell weakness, he will go for it. Again, it's been very Zealot, very charge out heavy throughout this series. Very much so. I would expect to see him embrace that once again here as well. I say Zealot heavy, very gateway heavy. Maybe a better way of putting it. That Swarm Toss style. For now, calming things down. We'll go for his own natural. Clem going for an economic opener. Rax into expansion. We'll get his natural base. Likewise, Zoun going for his own gate cyber expand as well. Here we go. Zoun to take his natural. Yo, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Thank you, puppy. Thank you. RZRBK QTP. I can't. But thank you. I do appreciate it. Do appreciate the bits. Do appreciate it. Hope you've been enjoying yourselves. Hope you've been enjoying the cast, the content, the StarCraft. Let's go. Yeah. Do apologize for being a little bit out of it throughout the broadcast. I guess I didn't get enough sleep getting into this, and it's been a long one. Been a long one, pappy. We'll make it through. We'll make it through. As Zoun is going to be opening up Stargate for the first time. Kind of for the first time. Obviously, on Frostline, we did have the proxy Stargate opener out of Zoun, but here we do have our Stargate back at home instead. Hallucination will scout, will confirm the more economic start from Clem. And we'll see if Zoun just opens up Oracles or if he does go for a Phoenix-based opener instead. Phoenixes feel a little bit risky here on Ultra Love just because of how small the map is. Shorter rush distance by ground means that this build can be punished a little bit harder, assuming that Clem does recognize what's going on. And will be assertive as a response. We'll see. As the Stargate is now done and the Phoenix production has begun for Zoun. Let's go. Phoenix is going to be on the way. But now continuing to scout. Keeping eyes on the add-ons, on the tech labs. Keeping eyes on a Clem. And behind this is looking a little bit more old school. Stargate opener, not into Twilight Council, but into a Robo Phoenix Colossus. It's very out of meta. It's very out of fashion. It could be the direction that Zoun is headed in. Doesn't have to be. We'll see if he takes extra gases. We'll see if he goes into a bay behind this. For now, he is banking up those Phoenixes. For now, he's keeping himself hidden. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have our initial Raven. Tank production has begun for Clem. Everything looking as it should. Hallucination did get eyes on the research and tech lab, but I believe that is going to be a fake out. Making it look like a Banshee-based opener instead. I mean, we saw this against Hero, where the hallucination goes down, and then he cancels. So again, Clem just making it look like Banshees. Ideally, this forces a reaction. The Phoenixes stay at home. The Observers stay at home as well, when really it's anything but Banshees. So, cheeky mind games here out of Clem. Do love to see it. So now we are going to be settling in. Getting into 1-1. Stim, combat shields. Raven gets caught out. The pieces are revealed. And now Clem knows. Now he's aware of the Stargate play. He isn't really set up to move out. Again, just because of the reveal being much later. So Zoun can comfortably just expand, getting into another base, getting a safety immortal, no bay, instead of a bay, Twilight Council. Into, I would imagine, a gateway composition. Okay, we're settling in. Now Zoun has gained map control, he can move out, pick away at the workers, pick away at the bases here of Clem, at least try to. Clem is going to be contained, going to be stuck at home. I appreciate as well that, again, Zoun didn't move out until this moment. Catches out every single Marine, no stim. Nice catch. Without stim, the Phoenixes, they pop off. They shut Clem down. That's how many? There was 6 Marines falling. Keeping Clem contained. Jesus. Has to be careful. As the Widow Mines are set. Oh. And Clem moves out. Clem Clem does move out with his double drop. So far, he avoids the eyes of these Phoenixes and the Observer as well. Zoun, he does miss this. Zoun behind this being quite greedy, getting a 4th base before Clem even has his 3rd. So very greedy here by Zoun. And he will scout the drop. He can respond. He has time. Does rotate. Charge is done. We'll see if Zoun can protect this 4th base. As Clem, he's moving out with a double drop or with a double push. So far, getting caught out on the right hand side. Nice lifts. Marines get shut down. Medivacs as well. Zoun completely cleaning this up. At the same time, the main armies do clash, but with 3 Immortals, I mean, Clem just cannot push in. Zoun coming out on top out of these early skirmishes. Takes the Maestro to the face. Means they're still up and running. Catching another Medivac. These are expensive losses here for Clem. Oh, nice lips. As Clem is being forced back, and Clem, he's going to have to give up on the expansion. Now engaging with the main army. Tank is under fire. And down, he just goes straight for the kill. GG gets called. He punishes the move out, punishes the aggression. And Zoun, he takes a 2-0 lead here. Or I should say, we're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game 5. GG. Very nicely done. Again, Zoun just kind of hiding his initial opener, which I thought was really smart. It meant that there was no early game aggression out of Clem. Clem went for a standard opener. Instead, we saw Phoenixes just banking up back at home. Early on, we saw Zoun able to get some early damage done, catching out all those Marines. And we saw Clem, despite going for a split push, Zoun was playing so safely. It wasn't just a safety Immortal. He had 3 Immortals, by the way. He had built up towards 3 Immortals. He was very secure on his 3-base economy. Completely shut Clem down and just snowballed from there. GG. GG, well played. We're going all the way to the ace match. It felt like Zoun, well, I should say, it felt like Clem was playing to like Zoun's music in a way, right? Like, like Zoun was all over that. That was great. GG, well played. And that leads us into game 5. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Leylines, we have the French Terran player, the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. Losing momentum here. He was up 2-0. He has been up. He has been so close to claiming this series, but now up against the wall. Once again, he's been here before against his opponent. It is a Clem. Oh, we're done. Oh no. Oh no, he's had enough. As the boys are being pulled, we have 2 SVs being sent across the map for a proxy Surax. Meanwhile, in the one left-hand corner, oh, as we did have a bit of a pause, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss. It is Zoun. Here we go. We're done. The gloves are off. The pants are down. It's time to commit. As the Raxes have been placed, gas is being taken back at home. Should be proxy Shurax Reaper here from the side of Clem. See how hard he does commit. We'll see what he can get done. Likewise, Zoun for the time being, stuck at home. No probe scout, not yet. Setting up his gateway, walling up here on top of the ramp. I'm assuming Proxy Reaper, technically we could be seeing an add-on alongside this. Clem has been quite fond of Proxy Marauder. We have seen that plenty of times, especially against Max Packs. Yep, speaking of, there it is, Proxy Marauder. Yo, I'm getting deja vu. I've seen Clem do this, like, especially in 2024, so many times against Max Packs. During the EPT circuit, I should say. The EPT Open Cups. Tech labs are on the way, Marauder production has begun, and Zoun is currently in the dark. He's currently in the dark as to what's going on. It's up to Zoun here to confirm. As for the time being, he's expanding. He's expanding. Again, there's no probe scouts. Thankfully, going for a sentry-based opener, so he's going for a hallucination. And there's actually a chance that maybe the hallucination will actually scout it ahead of time. Otherwise, he'll recognize that there's nothing at home. Is that going to be too late? Hallucination moves out. It doesn't quite check on the right-hand side. And we're just waiting here for Concussive Shell. Third Marauder has arrived. We're moving in. Surprise. Now, there is going to be a force field available for the ramp. True. Stargate follow-up here. No Robo. Pylon's going to go down. We just have to give up on the natural. There's no saving it. Pylon will fall. And you can see now we're setting up on the high ground. Pylons are on the way. Shield batteries are on the way. The natural's just buying time. Hallucination, of course, now confirms. And with the Stargate, we can make either Oracle or Void Ray. How can it be available? There's a cancel. Max is floating in. Does Clem attempt to transition from here? Factory is on the way. No shot he goes into just a CC. I mean, he's building up for one. Does force to cancel. Yep, CC on the high ground. From here, he expands. Meanwhile, we do have the Void Ray from Zoun. Stuck on one base. And the problem here is that Zoun doesn't really have anything to counterattack with. There's no tech, there's no blink. So Twilight Council, of course. Nice force fields, locking down two of those. God, despite that, Jesus. Trading one for one. One Marauder for one Stalker. The Marauders, they can hold their own. They just do so much damage. And they will get the Pylon. Again, despite the force fields, Zoun, he was locked in with the Marauders. Not like this. Not like this. Zoun, he breaks out. Takes down the Marauders. Does hunt them down. And the question becomes, well, the pressure is going to be on Zoun to do some counter damage here. Because the reality is, Clem is natural so much faster. The CC is already done. CC is done. Zoun has just begun back at home. He's moving out with the Void Ray. Going for the Oracle as well. Clem playing safe, going to Cyclone and Viking production. Force Zoun back. Oh my god, I was like, what? I was like, is he pulling the boy? He's crazy. Okay. Calm down, Clem, calm down. Getting too excited. Stasis gets baited. Natural in the way. He's going for the mass repair. He was. Terrified me. As Zoun double expands. I mean, this makes sense. I mean, he's behind. He has to catch up. So it does double expand from here, trying to recover economically. We could end up in a standard game state. It's possible. I mean, with this early tank production, Clem, he could just push. I'm curious to see if he does build up and move out, or if he takes a third CC, and we just end up in a more macro game. We'll see. Because there is still potential for Clem to punish this. Bearing in mind that Zoun, he's on 3 gates, he's been skipping some warp-ins. Likewise, rushing to the third base as well, getting saturated. Army gets flooded. Clem is aware.
Base is under attack.
He's aware of the Mass Wing Stalker. And really, he shouldn't be pushing out without Stim. So for now, we're just calming down. And Zoun should get away with this. He should get away with the third. From here, he can make 3 probes at a time. Build up. Likewise, Zoun moving in. Blink is done. She has potential. Does spot the army. Oof. Has to respect the tank. Catching out a Marine. Again, that's what he's hoping for. A stray Marine here and there. A Viking. A Cyclone. Away into the main. Oracle has arrived. Sure, tempting to dive in. Doesn't go for it. Likewise, we have +1, charge, robo. Getting into our swarm toss style. As Zoun does. Into Mass Gateway. Now we can settle in. Likewise, Clem is expanding. There's a third CC on the way, so he's not going for a 2-base all-in. We're setting up for a longer game state. Oh, trying to bait him in. Oh, does he go for it? He does. Massive stasis. Likewise, Medevac goes down. So the Viking. Yeah, Medevac does fall. Cyclone as well. Very nice pickups. Zoun not losing a single Stalker. Another revelation. Clem, are we going to be committing here? We have to be careful. There's an Immortal, there's Charge, there's Force Fields. Yeah, Clem, he has to back up. He should not be out here on the map. Thankfully, does reinforce with the rest of his army. Clem playing with fire. Calm down. Calm down, Pat. Pulls back home. And now we can secure ourselves. And as he gets a third base, fourth is on the way. Fourth is on the way for Zoun. Getting his economy going. Bay is on the way as well. That'll be for Colossus into Disruptors. We're gearing up towards the mid game. Despite the chaotic start, we made it. We made it. Likewise, Clem checking for the fourth. Does confirm. Once again, another revelation. Zoun ready for his own run by. Once his army moves out, Zoun can move in, ideally. He's ready for those zealots. Speaking of, there we go. Zealots hit the mineral line, getting an SCV, getting two. Forcing friendly fire. Ooh, God, that's a lot of friendly fire to the SCVs. 3 SCVs going down. Thankfully, not another tank volley. Thankfully not. Zoun is getting into his Colossi. Likewise, Clem rushing into Ghosts. Clem hasn't seen too much yet. He's not fully aware of the robo composition. As a result, no Vikings. Well, sorry, I should say 2. There's 2 Vikings so far. Here comes the first move out. And I believe this is lined up with his first 3 Ghosts. As Ghosts have arrived. He's going to have EMP. Once again, the Observer does spot the move out. Zealots are coming for a counterattack. This time there is a bunker in position. And Clem is ready. And he can focus on the push. He can focus on the move out. Snipes 1 Viking. 1 Viking left. 1 Viking remaining. That's still a massive wave of Marauders. And again, there are those EMPs as well. And Zoun, he just gives up on the base. Meanwhile, getting 9 SCVs. Oh, getting 10. 10 SCVs go down. Zoun pulling away. He gets 1. He gets 2 Widow Mines. First Stalker. Nice trades. Once again, pulling back, waiting for more reinforcements. Extend Double Lance almost done in 10 seconds. Picks up both Widow Mines. Just really careful engagements here out of Zoun. Gets all 4 Widow Mines and for only 1 Stalker. Takes another base. Clem is maxed. He's maxed out. Zoun going for a counterattack. Clem is aware. Does spot it. And Clemmy races back home. Whew. Oh god, okay. Now to catch back up, Zoun double expanding once again, getting a 4th, getting a 5th. Clem does have a terrifying army. As he's getting back into Viking production. +1 ship weapons on the way. And we should soon be seeing Disruptors. There's a second Robo. No Disruptors yet. Zoun is being active. Again, he needs to be. Needs to make sure he spots any kind of move out of his Zelda on the right. Oracle in the middle. Think the Observer, did it get sniped? That's still there. Still there. Zoun is catching up his supply. Does go for the dive. Does focus out once again. 2 more Vikings. 2 more Vikings going down to 3. Again, just maintaining that Colossus army, maintaining its relevance. Always had to focus on those Vikings. Sound rotating over. I'm not so sure Zoun can deny the base. Oh, takes a lot of my shots to the face. Oh my god. Yeah, brutal connections. Not ideal. Now, I assumed he was going into Disruptors. He's going to Storm instead. Bold move. Considering there are already plenty of Ghosts, but okay. Storm is coming. Storm is on the way. High Templar already building up energy. I'm hoping we get a War Prism as well, so we can, of course, look after them and protect them from EMPs. Till then, Clem does establish his own 4th. 5th CC on the way. Still very tense. Very tense between the players. At the same time, Clem does bypass the main army. The Colossus! First Colossus goes down. Down to 2. Storm is done. Storm is done. We have some flanking High Templar. How good are the Storms going to be? Oh, diving in. Getting another Colossus. There are 2 High Templar left. Those are the only ones. Doesn't bode well. Sound just very zealot heavy here with his army. Storm zones away. He's got 1 Storm left. As we get a decent Storm in the army. Another flanking Storm coming in. Oh, the EMPs! Yeah, EMPs do shut it down. No Storms left. Colossus goes down, but that's a lot of supply in Vikings. And he goes for the dive. The Ghosts are left behind. What was that? 3 Ghosts going down. Sound splitting up. Zealous towards the top side. Main army towards the center. He's going for the planetary. This I'm not so sure about. We've seen this before. Planetary is going to go down. But Clemmy commits. Brutal EMPs. Zealot's going to be falling. And Zoun has to get the hell out of here. Like, he's got to leave. Oh, no. We saw this on El Dorado. Yeah, the Immortals, they get caught out. Massive losses here for Zoun. He gets 16 SCVs, but I'm not so sure that was worth it. As he bleeds out a lot of high-tech units. And Clemmy's maxed out. He's maxed out. Zoun down to 50 supply. Let's collapse in. Nice Storm. Very nice Storm towards the end. The army is overstimmed. True. Disruptors are coming to reinforce. And he's holding his own. He collapses in. Does go for the dive. But the stutter stepping is too good. There's still just so much fire there. The splits are good as well. And Clem, just shuts this down. Takes down the Disruptors. What little is left. So an overwhelm. Sound trying to lure him in. He's trying to at least. Any other High Templar? No, still 0 High Templar. No Storms. Building up Disruptors. Zoun is running out of gas. Needs more gas. Once again, just very zealot heavy. I mean, the army is overstimmed. And can he break through? Let's catch out a couple of them Marauders. A couple of Ghosts. There's 1 Ghost left. But he can't push up the ramp. Force field working against him. Cashing out the final Viking. Could be time for Colossus again. Sandy commits, takes down the Liberator. Goes for the dive. Doesn't quite have enough. Again, Sandy's been so close. So close. Moves in, goes for the Nova, doesn't quite connect, gets started down. Yeah, and Clem with reinforcements, he has more than enough. More than enough to just break on through this. Coming in from multiple angles. No, we're here again. No! You get surrounded. We've been here before. Stalker's falling, Immortal as well. Like, the brutal part of pushing into this is you get flanked by reinforcements. Clem just comes in from both sides. The flank is real. And Clem, for now, I mean, he has momentum. He's soon to max out. Zoun has been struggling. Again, unfortunately, he's just been bleeding out far too much. Whether it's Disruptors, Immortals, the Colossus, the Ghosts, sorry, the High Templar even. Does catch reinforcements, not bad. Getting a couple of Ghosts and Marauders. A better engagement for Zoun. The army comes in from behind. Yeah, and Clemmy's just still trades so well against this. The EMPs are brutal. The Nova. Oh, the splits though. Yeah, the splits are too good, and Clemmy will just overwhelm. We'll just overwhelm the army. We're running out of steam, running out of units, down to 2 Disruptors, 2 Stalkers. Barely anything left in the tank to warp in. Zoun is down to what, less than 3 base economy. GG gets called. There's nothing left, and Clem, he will take the series 3-2, becoming this week's OlimoLeague champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Clem, as he does claim the series, does advance on, and yeah, is our champion this week. Shout out to Zoun though, because I feel like Zoun was a very unlikely hero here in this tournament. I feel like he's often overshadowed, and often, I mean, Zoun, he's only recently coming back from the military, still regaining his skill in many ways, but despite that, did go all the way to the ace match against Clem, did make a series out of it. GG. GG, well played. As we do catch up on the bracket itself, Zoun, to get this far, did take down Shin, did take down Geralt. Clem likewise went through the meat grinder, going through Rogue, Hero, Solar, and of course down in the grand finals. Congratulations. Congratulations here. Again, OlimoLeague is at a better time slot for Europeans nowadays, so we're able to feature players like Clem, like Geralt as well. But I'm sure there are others that were just getting ready for their Little League Cup, as I believe Max Pax and some of the other competitors are going to be playing tonight in Little League Cup as well. So GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Clem. Shout out to Zoun for making a deep run. And yeah, when it comes to the highlights of the event here, I mean, I think that Rogue versus Clem was definitely a lot of fun. It was very much so a more unique TVZ. Great to see it go all the way to the ace match. Likewise, here versus Clem was also, as always, a lot of fun as well. Shout out to 3-point. Yo, my heroes, 3-point versus Geralt. That was like a 10-minute series. They were amazing. They were beautiful. And of course, Shin, Zoun as well. So we covered most of the quarterfinals, round of 32 and round of 16 as well. GG, GG, well played. When it comes to the rest of this week's broadcast, we did have to update some things here. For those that are curious, we did have like 24 hours of casting over the course of Saturday and Sunday. We had a brutal weekend of casting, and I was very much so out of it after that. My voice was far too sore. I just could not keep up. So on Monday, we did take a day off. Did take a day off on Monday. As I was recovering from the weekend, and we were able to jump back into the swing of things on Tuesday. Now, if you remember, we assumed that Little League Cup was on Tuesday evening, but it actually got moved to Wednesday. So we had a kind of a free afternoon, even though we were supposed to be casting. So we had a bit of a free afternoon for us. With that, I was able to just catch up on VODs, catch up on editing some content, of course, and that leads us into the rest of the week. We just wrapped up with OlimoLeague, and later on tonight at 9 p.m. KC. That is in 4 hours, by the way. In 4 hours' time, we're going to be live with Little League Cup, the playoffs, day 1. We have day 1 of the playoffs, followed by day 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 5 days straight of Little League Cup action. Likewise, we have Tenacious Total Tussle here on Thursday. We have the Enki Christmas Invitational on Friday. We have Fire Grow Cup over the weekend, KSL, and the Podcast. Plenty of content here on the Cranky Ducklings. A little bit lighter this week, just because we took Monday off. Monday, we missed out on the Woody TV, Monday Cup, and we also missed out on the Enki Christmas Invitational. We had to move it to Friday instead of Monday, just because we took the day off. So yeah, we didn't want to take some time off, but we did. So a little bit of free time there at the start of the week, but now we can just go back into the swing of things and have just non-stop StarCraft action. Let's go. Let us go. We go. Is it possible to get replays of this? For OlimoLeague, we don't have permission. We don't have permission to share OlimoLeague replays, but for a lot of events, we do. So we share replays for Little League Cup. We share replays for Tenacious Total Tussle, Stegosaur Monday, Fire Grow Cup. There are other events that we do have permission, but there are some that we don't. For OlimoLeague, we don't have permission. For the KSL, we don't. For the KSL, they have their own Patreon, specifically for their replays, for example. So there are some tournaments that have their own system for distributing replays. There are others where we do have permission. So it does come down to that. It's more of an event basis. There we go. And with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. We're going to be heading off for the time being. So I was going to nap. I was ideally going to sleep before the cast. I don't know if I can. Again, Little League Cup is in less than 4 hours time, and I am a little bit paranoid that I'm going to sleep, and then by the time I wake up, like, maybe I missed the cast or something. So I might stay up. We'll see. I mean, I haven't had food yet today, so I'm probably going to get some food. I'm probably going to rest regardless. I mean, I have to edit the VODs. I have to edit all of OlimoLeague to publish it to YouTube, but yeah, we'll see. I might try to force myself to like nap for like an hour. Maybe I can sleep for an hour. Maybe like 2-hour nap. I'll do my best. I'll do my best because again, we're gonna be back in 4 hours. Otherwise, thanks so much. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you guys had a great time. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Otherwise, who's streaming at the moment? Who can we raid? So like 8 alarms. That's what I do. I always do, but like I'm still scared though. No. We'll see. Like meanwhile, who is live at the moment? Who is live? Who can we send everyone over to? Sort of is streaming. Sort of. Upper Tree is still live. Jesus. Oh, wait, no, is he sleeping? I think he's asleep. Yeah, he's asleep. Upper Tree is asleep. Who else? Who else can we raid? So far, I'm feeling sort of. Let's see. Luis is streaming. Yeah, we'll give it to sort of. He's a great guy. Great player as well. Give him some love, give him some support. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in less than 4 hours with the Little League Cup. If you're curious who's playing in the Little League Cup, well, we have, I believe, hold on, 4 best of 5s. Yo, it's gonna be a long night. 4 best of 5s. Dark versus Max Pax, Reina versus Cyril, Hero versus Gumiho, and Clem versus Skillis. Oh boy, so the best of the best in the world are going to be facing off in the Little League Cup. Look forward to it. We'll see you later on tonight and the rest of the week for that Little League Cup action, or again for some of these other events as well that we do cover on a regular basis. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Until then, hasta luego. Ciao, papi, ciao. Hasta luego. Ciao.